Heyo, what's going on, everybody? Let's get this thing out of the way, and we are live. Thank you so much for joining us. We have the amazing Maria with us. Amazing Maria, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining us.
Fantastic. Thank you guys for having me.
It's a
Yeah, thanks
pleasure
for
to
being
have
here.
you. Absolutely. For those of the morons that haven't seen Netflix or don't know about OVW, please let people know who you are.
If you haven't seen it, Netflix, we are wrestlers on Netflix. My name is Amazing Maria, pro wrestler. Been in the business about 15 years. Got a little hood rat for a daughter that's also in the business. So, big happy family.
Man, I gotta say, I knew about you a little bit prior to wrestlers, but Certified Lou Curtis and Layla Gray were friends of theirs, so we had known about this coming a little bit ahead of time. Since then, we binged the whole damn show on Netflix, and I feel like I know you now. It's crazy. I feel like I know you. I feel like I know your no good daughter. I feel like I know everything about you. Like your boyfriend or like it's just crazy how like Netflix really got that personal into your life. How was it to have Netflix infiltrate you to this level?
Intrusive, honestly. It was a lot of long hours, and like nothing was off limits. Like they were right there in the house and in the job and
In the
in the
hotel.
wrestling, like in the
Yeah.
hotel, right here. They were everywhere.
Now I know you've been wrestling, you said, for many years now. You've also been in the death match circuit. How does a beautiful woman like yourself end up in something like that? Because that, quite frankly, is scary to me. I know that they can say the painted glass is this and the light to it, but like it's real. I've seen enough hardcore stuff to know like that stuff is not for the faint at heart, and that is definitely not for everybody, especially in the women's category. Very rare to see women in that kind of death match. What got you in that in the first place?
So, my very first death match, I did most, not all, but most of my death matches at IWA Mid South. Um, I am an Ian Rotten girl. I am. He gave me a good opportunity back in 2014, and to join IWA Mid South. And just aside from, let's just tell you, like, aside from deathmatch, I'll get right back to it. But let me just give you a little bit of info about IWA Mid
Give
South.
it to me.
Like, a lot of great people came from there, you know. So it's very hard to get in and actually be able to wrestle for them. So they have this match called a lethal lottery, which is where like everybody on the show's name goes in a hat, and like an audience member will draw a name, and that person will go to the ring, and then another audience member will draw the second name, and that person will
Wow.
go to the ring, and then y'all wrestle. Like that's it. No knowledge, no nothing, right? And in 2016, I've been at IWA for 2 years. And I asked Ian, I was like, Ian, I love this. Can I please be in the lethal lottery? And he laughed in my face. Laughed at me. I mean, full on laughed in my face and walked away. That was it. And I was like, oh, I was appalled. What that told me was I didn't know how to work. So, long story short, I got better, and I got to manage in the 2017, and then I got to be in the 2018 Lethal Lottery. So after the Lethal Lottery, Ian asked me if I was available for a certain date and if I would consider, doing the or the Prince of Death match tournament. And I'd already done two Prince of Deaths for him. And in 2018, I won the Prince of Death match tournament. I was the only girl in the tournament and beat out 7 other guys. So it's been crazy. My very first one, I only did it because I wanted to prove to myself that I was tough enough to be able to go in there with the boys and see if I could hang. And then I loved it. Like I don't feel pain like other people. So 2017, I did the second Prince of Death, and then 2018, I won the tournament. So it's kind of surreal.
I don't feel pain like other people. I remember Mick Foley told like that in one of his stories. He was like, I don't get hurt. Like, I mean, I get hurt, but like I can take pain more than everyone else, the average person. And that really is what it boils down to for deathmatch. Cool, Mike C, I know you got questions. I don't want to steal the show here. I'm all excited. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know we're both excited. It's going to be a great show. And I know that, you know, being from Canada, a lot of, and I guess Calgary, you have a lot of great wrestling influences, right? With like,
Okay.
or
So
no,
you know what? You guys are the first people that have ever actually asked me about this or brought this up in a
right?
podcast. I'm not from Canada.
Not
You're
at
not?
all.
No.
Where are you from? Where's your
Was that where
home?
you build you were from early on?
So I'm actually from, I tell in the documentary, I am from a little small town in Kentucky called Dunville, Kentucky. When I very first started wrestling, I was put into a group of Japanese wrestlers, and I was under a hood and I had a totally different name. And like I didn't speak, so I was Japanese. And then when I came out of the mask and I was transitioned into another group, and we were called the Pretty Boys. Um, we all had like a Canadian connection. So they started out with the Canadian Cali connection, and so they just billed me from Calgary, which is where one of the other wrestlers was from. So he was just like, "You're from Calgary. We're from Calgary." I was like, "Okay, bet." He's not from Calgary either. He just lived there and played semi-pro football there. So
Wow. So
yeah,
kayfabe
people,
I,
the
I
way.
also,
People
I
know.
also
they're
thought
like,
you were Canadian. Yeah.
yeah, no, they're like, "You're from Canada." I'm like, "No, I'm really not. Like, I'm Kentuckian. I'm a States girl."
Wow. Well, I thought that when you said that hey, that's where you are now, you know, where you're from Kentucky, but I thought it might have been from you may had moved. Well, I guess then we don't need the Canadian influence for women's wrestlers, but early on, who were some of your women's wrestlers and even men's wrestlers that you said, as Niko said, there weren't so many people in death matches. Maybe it was Foley or maybe it was Terry Funk or someone. Who were your biggest influences?
Oh, I love Terry Funk. I love him. But
Yeah.
as far as women go, I'm going to be real honest. I had no women influences when I first got into wrestling, because I even said it in the documentary. When I broke in, wrestling was tits and ass. I don't know if I can curse. Can I
Right.
curse on
Oh,
here?
you can go ahead.
Okay, it was tits and ass, and it was all about bras and panty matches,
Right.
and like that's just not who I am. I'm not prissy. I'm not frilly. I mean, I walk around with black eyes like it's nothing, because I don't even pay attention to it, you know? So, like, ugh. I'm a big Eddie Guerrero girl. I loved the British Bulldog. So if you want to go a little Canadian, I loved Owen Hart. Owen Hart was probably was my favorite Canadian wrestler. Absolutely love Owen Hart. Technically sound. Um,
Funny guy,
he was,
big prankster.
oh
Everybody
my
liked
gosh,
him.
he was so
Yeah.
funny, so funny, and he was a goofball, you know, and he liked to cut up and have fun, and that's me. Like I like to cut up and have fun. So, but yeah, Owen Hart, British Bulldog. Natalia's amazing. I actually got to work with her on Raw one night. Did a segment with her in the ring, and she is the most sweetest, kindest lady I've ever met. Like in
A
professional
pro's
wrestling.
pro
So
for sure.
she is a pro's pro. But yeah, Eddie Guerrero, Terry Funk. I'm an Ian Rotten girl. I love Ian. Um,
Yeah,
Stone Cold.
ECW, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love them
Yeah.
all.
Oh yeah.
You were just talking about you were on WWE, you know, maybe jobbing out to someone or something. What kind of, how do you get your foot in the door into something like WWE? I know you had AEW as well. You had made some appearances there. How do you get your foot in the door to something like that? Are you actively searching for that, or are they reaching out to you? Is it all going through OVW? How'd that work out?
It's a little bit of both. Like if you are on their radar, they will definitely reach out to you. But if that's something like somewhere you want to go, they have a site, and you can, like, once you find out who's actually in charge of talent relations, it's kind of like a who you know kind of thing, and you just kind of submit your stuff and be like, hey, I know you're going to be in this town on this date. I'm available if you have a spot. Can I
Yeah.
did it, type thing. So I've done a lot of WWE extra work stuff. Like 2019, I was probably there once a month, like almost once a month in
Oh,
2019.
nice.
And then since the pandemic, I think I've been maybe 3 or 4 times since everything opened back up. Um, but it's always a lot of fun. And I
Yeah.
love getting to see people that I know and love that have actually made it, So it's always a
Mhm.
good time just to hang out with people that you know and love going. So even
For
if you
sure.
don't get to do anything on TV, you get to sit back and eat some of the best catering ever.
Awesome. Go ahead,
They have
Mike.
great catering. They have great.
Well, we
Yeah.
definitely want to hear more
They do have
about
good catering. I heard that.
yeah, we definitely want to hear about WOW. The mother truckers, you and Haley J being out there as Big Rig Betty, and really great characters out there. And it's a fun show to watch. It really
I didn't
is.
put two and two together that Big Rig Betty was Amazing Maria and Netflix, and I had been watching. We're friends with Marina Tucker, so we had been watching WoW for a while
Penelope
now.
Pink is
Penelope
your
Pink,
friend,
sorry.
right?
So we've been watching WoW the whole time, and I had saw Big Rig Betty and Haley J. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I liked. And then I saw you on Netflix.
Holla
I did not
swag.
realize it until that moment when they showed you going to WoW that you were Big Rig Betty. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. So
The light turns on.
yeah, it totally was one of them moments. You did that. And I was like, oh my God. I've been watching her for months now on WoW. Cool.
Yeah.
How is WoW working out for you?
I love WoW. It gave me an opportunity to be on a national platform and do it with my daughter. Like that is the most amazing thing, was being able to actually wrestle and have my kid as my tag team partner. So that's, it's
I
a
love
feel
the
good moment.
storylines
For
there.
sure.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
And WoW, I mean, WoW is really something that it has the potential to be great. It's already got really good TV. It's on like Saturday on CW for me. I don't know what channel it's for y'all, but like,
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
the
like
way
I'm
it is
watching
here
it.
where I live.
Yeah, it's like channel 8 for me. You can get it with your bunny ears and stuff. So like the exposure is definitely there for you.
Even YouTube. You can pick up YouTube. I watch matches on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah, after it airs on Saturday, I think on Monday they put the previous week like on
Right.
and it's on Pluto TV. They have
Oh, I love Pluto TV. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got a whole
they have a channel that it's called Pluto Fight, and like it's on every Wednesday night at like 8 o'clock. So
Now let's talk about OVW for a second. I know you've been there for a long time. I know that maybe prior to wrestlers, the heartbreaking moment for me on the show was when you needed 500 pay-per-view buys and you got 73. I mean, I remember that moment distinctly where Al
Right.
Snow was just like, he's like, "What's the number?" And he's like, "Okay," and he was like, "It's 73." I was just like,
73.
"No!" Like,
yeah,
how do you? It's hard to get away from the traditional lifestyle, and you might even be on with Al, in the traditional world, because we're in our 40s and stuff, and you got Matt out here trying to be the new wave type of person. He has hundreds of thousands of followers on social media. He knows what he's doing. He's got the reach, and I'm sure he's been like, yo, let's get away from this pay-per-view bullshit and let's go hit some TV. What is the struggle, and where do you lay when it comes to that on OVW?
I'm 100% backing Al Snow on that, man. Like the thing is, I feel like Matt doesn't know wrestling. So he doesn't know what works and what doesn't work. And yes, he is a radio personality. Yes, he has a lot of following. Yes, he knows how to draw a crowd in. But wrestling is a whole different animal. Like, you can't just go out to your radio listeners because they like basketball and go, oh, hey, I own a wrestling company. Come watch. And be like, I don't give a shit about wrestling.
You get 10 people
know
to
what I
show
mean?
up from there, yeah.
But you need business
Yeah,
too. So it is
so-
a balance between art and commerce, and really wrestling and commerce, and it's got to be a give and take. But I mean, let's face it, Matt probably worked out the deal for Netflix. Matt probably worked out that whole summer to get you all paid and get things going. So it seems like his heart is in the right place. But I agree, we're big Al
And I
Snow
think
fans
so.
from way back too. Is he's got the vision, he does great storytelling. OVW is a great show. There's got to be a balance there, though.
There has to be a balance. Like
Yeah.
when I will forever say that Matt Jones is a good marketer, and that's what he needs to. That's the lane he needs to stay in for the company, is help market, help bring in
Right.
sponsors, help promote and get get the product out there. Leave the wrestling to Al. He's done it for over 40 years. He's a genius. He really is.
Right.
The storylines are amazing. And what Matt doesn't understand sometimes is that storylines are what get people invested. You binge watch the show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So episode 5 was mine and my daughter's actual like episode, right? And the culmination of everything that had been going on. That story was crazy. Like you see Al Snow say, if you want to do it right, we'll have people crying. And like they panned to the audience and people were literally crying in the audience.
Yeah.
And that's what makes wrestling. It's the stories, it's the storylines, it's drawing that raw emotion out of people. So yeah,
it was almost hard to watch that match that you had, and I watched it on YouTube. It's like 25
beat her
minutes, and
ass.
it was brutal. It was brutal. You really took a beating in that match. It was seeing mother and daughter go at it, and at some point you get lost. You do get lost in the story, saying this is mom not doing it until she finally comes and fights back. To put her daughter in line, and I'm sure a lot of moms and daughters could relate to that as well as wrestling fans.
Absolutely. That's what.
Hello. It's an intricate story. It's okay. He's good. It's an intricate storyline. I love it. How's everybody's father feeling today? That's awesome. Christian Cage is in the room asking how everyone's father's feeling today. That's great. What a douche.
Christian Cage.
That's his. So, all right. I love OVW.
I know wrestler named Christian Cage once, so.
Here's the thing about OVW. I'm on the fence with you. You got to ride with Al Snow, no doubt about it. His vision is impeccable to everyone else's. But like, I can't watch OVW unless I'm either like finding it on YouTube casually or have to pay that money for that price, for the pay-per-view. Unless you have Fight TV or where can people find OVW?
Fight TV is for free every Thursday night. The only thing that you have to pay for are the pay-per-views on Fight.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have Fight Plus, then you get it anyway. But the pay-per-views are only like $7. So like, if you want to watch the
very
pay-per-view,
affordable.
Yeah, it's very affordable. It's $7 on Fight TV, on Fight Plus, or you can pay $59 a year for Fight Plus and get everything OVW as well as GCW or whatever other product they have on Fight. So it's not a bad deal.
So they can watch it for free on Fight every Thursday, and then the pay-per-views are, if they have Fightful Plus, they can watch it, or if they can order it for $7 on Fight. I wanted to make sure people understand that because, a lot of people, that's their biggest complaint about OVW is the talent's there, the storyline's there, it's the exposure's not there for them. And the same kind of applies to an Impact Wrestling,
But you can literally watch it for free on Fight. Like we tweeted every Thursday, free on Fight, starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 7 to 9, live on Fight.
And they replay full shows on YouTube also. So you could definitely find it. If you want it, you can find it.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Same thing. Like after, I think it's on Monday or Tuesday, they release the full show from the previous week. So it's there.
It's there. You can get it.
Now, Wrestlers was really, in my opinion, I know you mentioned season or episode 5 where it kind of, focused on you and Haley J. But in my opinion, the entire season kind of focused on Al Snow and then you and Haley J. Like you guys were kind of like the sub story the whole time. Fingers crossed for us. If they do a season 2, is it gonna, you think, maybe focus on other people, or do you think it's gonna continue the storyline of Al and you and your daughter?
I'm hoping just for viewer purposes that they will, pick up a couple others and focus on other guys too and tell their stories, because like our story was told, like they chose us and told a good story with us. So I feel like maybe like a recap, if she's still with OVW, I'll be there. I'm a producer and I'm not going anywhere. I'm old. I'm not getting signed anywhere. You know what I mean?
Never know.
Maybe a recap of, hey, she's still here, then she's still doing this, or what's Hollywood Haley J doing now? Is she gone here? Is she gone? Is she AEW? Is she WWE? Is she still at OVW?
She'll be in Melbourne, Florida on Saturday night.
Yeah, we're going to ALW.
We're going to see her Saturday over in Melbourne.
Comic Legacy Wrestling in Melbourne, Florida.
Yeah,
we're gonna go see her wrestle for the first time. it's good for her to take advantage of the exposure. I'm actually really proud of you and her for kind of, like seizing the moment. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I don't have time for this, I'm too busy. But like talking to people and getting the word out is really the old school marketing tactic, how you get people to watch the show. Because even if 5 people watch this and go, oh, wrestlers, and they go watch it, like you're in the step in the right direction, and that's what you're trying to do. You need to be watching wrestlers on Netflix, losers, and you need to be that's my people. We're the losers. I'm just kidding.
The Winners Club.
The Winners Club. Out of 80 winners, there's always one loser. Wrestlers on Netflix, you need to be watching OVW on Fight. I know you're in charge of the women's division, so to speak. Who are your usual suspects every Thursday that they can expect to see that you're managing right now?
Right now, you can expect to see. We've got a young upcoming talent, Jada Stone. She's very athletic. She's coming into her own. She's doing a fantastic job. Ari Alexander. She's off doing her thing. She is also coming into her own. You can catch Ari there. Freya the Slayer. Tiffany Nieves just beat Haley J for the title on Thursday. So we have a new women's champion. Tiffany Nieves. Even though Layla signed to AEW, Miss Layla Gray is still coming back home and doing OVW. So let's see, who else do I have? I've got some young girls coming in from Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. Riley Matthews. She's a young upcoming, trained by Roger Ruffin. She's been coming down and, trying to make a wave. Who else do I have right now? TT, Tracy Taylor's back in the OVW locker room. She was there a few years prior, and she's made her way back to OVW. Dream Girl Ellie.
You got a packed roster of
upcoming talent. Yeah.
Like I can't complain. Got some good girls.
And the matches are decent matches. Like you mentioned in the 90s, whatever, when it was the bra and panties, that wasn't pro wrestling. That was just hot chicks in there, shaking their tits.
Yeah,
like
it was just
you kind of changed the game. You were like, you did the exact opposite with the death match. And now women, they're somewhere in between. They want to look beautiful, but they got to perform. You can't just be a pretty face anymore, or you're just going to be a valet. Like a lot of women you've seen been sidelined. Let's talk about your daughter for a second. Holly Hood, Haley J, out of nowhere. She's like the Randy Orton of professional wrestling. She just popped up out of nowhere. Now she's everywhere. I even heard a rumor that she tried out for the WWE Performance Center. It was later debunked that maybe she did not try out for the WWE Performance Center. But she's done a hell of a job marketing herself. Are you proud of her and seeing where she's gone? And did you think she was going to become a pro wrestler when you were watching her as a little girl?
Oh my God. Listen, even though for a few years she tried not to, but I knew from the time this girl was 8 years old, she was going to be a pro wrestler.
Cutting promos over Oreos,
and she likes to fight. She likes to mix it up.
And so I put her in a beauty pageant when she was like, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. And she's going out there and she's all cute. She's got her little pigtails in, her little curly hair, and she walks out on stage and they do a little interview session and they ask her, they're like, what do you want to, what's your aspirations? What do you want to be when you grow up? And she back then Matt Hardy was doing the version 1 and, Jeff Hardy's. So she goes out there and she throws up the version 1 and the Jeff Hardy and she's like, and I'm just like, my child just really Matt and Jeff Hardy on the stage at a beauty pageant. All right. That's her, So
gotta love the Hardys.
Proud of her, though. Yeah, it's her favorite. It's her favorite.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
But yeah,
I was just gonna say, with you and the mother truckers and going out to WOW, I know on the show when she went out there, she goes, I'm bored. I'm, just going in between. But now that you've been out to LA a couple times, and now you've got a little bit more cachet with being on Netflix when it comes to entertainment as well as wrestling. Are things starting to open up where you can go out to LA and while you're there for WOW, maybe, have something else, whether it's a movie role, commercials, something that you might have an agent or something that might help you out?
Get thrown through a table or something fun.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if we had the time. When we go out for WoW, we are very like, say we go out for 14 days and we are doing something every single day, like
Oh,
for WoW,
okay.
whether it be vignettes or, doing stuff like that. So, yeah, we're getting ready to go back out to WoW in December. So, finished filming for season 2. Big things coming.
Nice.
It's exciting for you. I mean, like people like us in our 40s, sometimes they just look right past us. And I love the fact that you basically demand that they have to continue to use you. You know what I mean? You're going in there, you're putting on good matches. They have no reason to not keep bringing you back. No, you're seriously like I enjoy WoW thoroughly. I really do. I've enjoyed WoW. I've enjoyed
Definitely.
wrestlers, and I've enjoyed OVW. So I'm legitimate a fan. I wanted to pull this up right here. Behind the Ropes Media is our friend Jay. He actually has a crush on your daughter, Hollyhood Haley J. He's gonna
Everybody
hit
has a
on her
crush
this
on Haley J.
weekend.
Everybody does,
He
right?
told us he's gonna hit on her this weekend. What would be your advice for his name's Jay? He's Behind the Ropes Media. What would be your advice for Jay when he meets Hollyhood this weekend? That it would be his best shot at getting a chance at greatness, so to speak.
Don't call her Hollywood, because then she'll look at you
Hollyhood,
like
I
you're
know.
crazy.
I'm married. I'm not worried about what I call her. She don't give a shit about me.
No,
We're
I'm
good.
just saying, don't call her Hollywood. Don't do that.
She's like, I'm Hollyhood, motherfucker.
No, she's real focused. She's, single, real focused on doing the whole wrestling, putting everything into wrestling right now. So that's probably the best thing that came out of.
Sorry, Jay. Looks
Netflix.
like she's too focused for your bullshit. He's gonna be like, "Yo, what's
Sorry,
good?"
guys.
It's gonna be not hanging out with you. Well, actually, you never know. He likes to. He
He's
likes
the Jedi.
Ah.
You never know.
He likes the 420-age, so you never know how that could work
Okay,
out.
well, I mean, pack a backwoods and you're in there, bro.
We're actually friends with all the wrestlers and all that, so we'll end up I'm sure by it's all said and done, we'll end up meeting her and hanging out with her. She's
Just saying hi and congratulations on everything.
We're right at the 30-minute mark. Amazing, Maria. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can everyone find you on social media? And obviously, you can go ahead and plug all the things you're doing right now. You got so much going on.
All the things. Oh, yeah, we are going back out to WoW. Oh, if anybody is in LA and wants to come catch WoW live, hit me up because I can get you discounts on tickets. They love a packed house. I had like 20 people there back in August when we went. Just because they was like, oh, Haley J. Maria's gonna be
trip.
at WoW. Yeah, road trip. But hit me up on any of my social medias. Everything is usually at Amazing Maria or Amazing_Maria, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the socials at Amazing Maria.
Oh, you're a TikToker? I didn't know that. I'm gonna follow you on TikTok.
Oh yeah. Listen, I'll forewarn you, my TikToks are pretty hilarious because I'm a fucking idiot, okay? I'm a fool. Let's see what else. OVW, of course, Fight TV. And it's free, guys. Every Thursday night, it's free, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
It's a misnomer. People think it costs money. Stupid fuck. Free.
I'm like, all you have to do is
I thought it cost money. I'm not gonna lie.
You just sign up for a Fight account with your email, and they have a lot of free content, and it's literally live on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. And then they save the show, and you can go back and watch all the shows. It's all there. The only thing you got to pay for is the pay-per-views, and they're $7, so you can't beat that.
That's cheaper than a movie.
That's like a Starbucks latte or some bullshit.
Right.
Definitely cheaper than Starbucks. I went to the movies last month, and me and Macho went to the movies, and it cost us $28 for 2 movies, for 2 tickets.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Man.
Insane.
Inflation.
And twice at a concession stand.
We all have merch also, shopovw.com. If anybody wants to buy merch, Hollywood's got merch, I've got merch. All your favorite superstars from OVW have merch on shopovw.com.
Certified Luke Curtis.
Yeah.
That's our boy.
The baddie.
We love Certified Luke Curtis.
Oh, yeah.
We've been boys with him for years.
Yeah.
Little tidbit, I brought Luke and Layla to OVW, so they're my finds.
They
Thank you for that.
actually, we were sitting in Orlando with them, and they told me they were going there, and I was like, "That's really interesting." And they were like, "You know what? I have a really good feeling about this." And it seems like it really paid off. So I'm really happy for them. I miss it. We miss them. We were having a really good time in Orlando, but
Yeah.
hey, sometimes you got to make sacrifices for the greater good of the couple and the goals that they have. So I understand.
And man, when I tell you Luke has become a completely different person, like in the ring, from the time he came to OVW till now, like he soaks in like just everything that you talk to him about his character, about what he should do, how he should do this or do that, and he just like absorbs it all in and then puts it back into the ring. And like, I am so proud of both of them. I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, we had Layla on like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Fucking
And Luke was
AEW.
on 4 weeks before. Yeah.
Getting permission from AEW, like I had a better permission, like getting the fucking secret missile codes. You know what I mean? Like it was ridiculous getting permission from AEW, but I finally got it. We got Layla on. Love them. I can't wait to see. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Like this is what it's all about. Wrestlers season 2. If I know you can't like say, you probably have the insight on what if it's gonna happen. When would you find out that there will be a Wrestler season 2? Do you plan on finding out something like that this year? Next year?
If it's gonna happen, we should actually know. Yes, that this year, like
This
we'll
year.
know.
Another
it's gonna
next
happen.
summer tour would be nice.
It would
The
be
summer tour of 24.
right? But it's
Yeah.
they have to like we make sure the numbers are right so everybody go watch. We need everybody to watch. It was still trending on Netflix yesterday, so
Nice.
as long as it stays
I
trending,
know.
like we would like to get it in the top 10. You know.
Oh, I know. I've been waiting every day to see it pop up in there. We've been hoping for it. We've done our job as far as we can get, as far
Right.
as jabronis, just with a fucking radio show, like we've done our job promoting the shit out of it. Between Certified and Layla and now you, our new best friend, like we really are going to do our thing to
Right.
push OVW, push WOW. We got Marina Tucker there. So like, we're
I
totally on your
love her,
side
by
for
the
everything.
way. Yeah.
She's great.
And
She's amazing.
the little insider, we're all going into a storyline together. So
Oh, nice.
Yes. I can't wait. I can't wait for all these storylines. It's going to be great. And the
fantastic.
storyline with you and your daughter was really intriguing and interesting to see. You bring it to life because, deep down inside, it probably is kind of hard to slap the shit out of your kid,
Yeah, it really is, and then like,
like,
when
oh
we were
yeah,
in the
real
match,
hard.
she smacked me and I was just like, oh, my feels. She just smacked shit out of me. But
We got a question here. I hope she didn't leave her big rig unattended while you're doing this interview. Has your big rig been stolen? Has it been stolen again, or has it only been stolen the one time?
It's been stolen.
Don't be
once.
stealing big rig Betty's shit, damn it. All right.
Yes.
Amazing Maria, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, you're gonna get payback on that. You can't be stealing the big rig. What the hell's wrong with them?
Right?
That's Grand Theft Auto. You go for years. You don't want to be in the LA prison.
Went to jail.
Let her know.
Don't mess with the mother truckers.
Don't mess with the mother truckers.
That's
I
right.
can't wait to watch the next. I love it. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you, Maria. Great interview.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Have a good night. No problem. Thank you so much.
You.
Oh, Amazing Maria, everybody. The lovely.
That
She's
was
fun. I like her. She's
energetic.
Good,
she's
fun person. I love it.
Yeah.
Do you hear the music?
Great insight to what she's got going on.
A little vibe going on. I like it. Got a little vibe going on. And you know what I going on?
Yeah.
Cool, Mike C. We got
the breaking news. Got the news. That's for sure.
Breaking news coming your way. Breaking news. Fightful Select notes that old top talent that as of right now, they're not in talk. Chick Magnet returning to WWE. Right. Do you believe this, Cool Mike C? Do you believe Chick Magnet?
Yes,
will
we
not
called
show
it
up?
early. We called that early. The Chick Magnet will not be in Chicago.
No-go.
They already have a War Games thing. They don't need him to sell tickets, and they don't want to mess up the locker room balance that they have now. Everything is good. You know, they said the last pay-per-view, they said, you know, with Fastlane, they said the energy level and the camaraderie hasn't been higher in a long time. Why would you mess that up? And then for the money that he's going to get paid, then you're going to have jealousy, resentment from other wrestlers. They're like, we've been doing this the whole time. Now he comes in and cashes in. No, they made the right decision for sure.
I have to agree with you on that one. I think that he's not in this new endeavor world that we're living in. It doesn't make sense in a CM Punk storyline that benefits CM Punk the way CM Punk wants to be benefited. He's all about himself. He's a selfish little prick. Just kidding. I love CM Punk, y'all.
And with upper management, they even said, Endeavor said they fully backed their decision. They said it was Vince's, Triple H, and Nick Khan all said no. And you know Dana White's like, hell no. So, like, you know, what does he do now? The question is, what does he do now? They said it's not no forever, so something could always happen later on. But if it's no now, when you're hot, it's not going to get any hotter. He's going to cool off. But he's got to go somewhere, or maybe he starts promoting his own events. I mean, he's big enough to promote his own events in Chicago and other bigger cities.
Speaking of hot, there was nothing hotter than that one time Brother Love got sunburnt. Brother Love sunburnt condition is going to be one of the giveaways, along with a Jack Swagger autograph. You guys remember Jack Swagger, that guy in AEW, WWE? Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, whatever his freaking name is. Who gives a shit? Just kidding. I love them. Let's continue with the news, Cool Mike C, and then we're going to give those lovely gifts away to one of the subscribers. Don't forget, everybody, October 31st, Halloween night, I'm giving away an Undertaker autograph, 10 by 18, valued at $400, folks. Undertaker autograph. I will have it in my possession in 5 days. Full disclosure, I bought two, one for me. That's how this
right next to The Rock.
Never.
You're new.
News number 2. The Rock's right here, baby.
Yeah, you're right next to you.
The belief is that Vince McMahon is no longer involved with creative, Cool Mike C. PW insiders telling him that Triple H has been basically knighted by Endeavor and that he's making all the decisions. I actually believe, at least the last week or so, that there is some truth to this. We've seen Big Bronson Reed in there. We've seen Johnny Gargano. We've seen Tegan Knox. We've seen a lot of people you wouldn't normally see making a lot of time and effort onto the big show. Do you think it's all bullshit and Vince McMahon's still involved, or is Triple H actually knighted by Endeavor?
I would say Triple H has never been stronger when it comes to creative, and what they said is in the weeds, so maybe the big picture stuff, but you're exactly right. He's bringing so much NXT right back. They also said they're going to give a big push to Karrion Kross going forward.
I heard that.
Yeah, so and Tegan Knox, how many chances has she had? So they keep bringing her back, kind of getting with Becky again. I mean, but you know, that's a Triple H thing. DIY is coming back.
Johnny Mid Gargano, I said it.
Johnny Mid, yeah.
You hate that shit.
With
man, they tore me up on Twitter on that one.
Yeah. Bobby Roode, who could have been let go, but was so big by Triple H, they made him a producer. Now he's going to be a full-time producer and not a talent after his last surgery. So I'm glad to see he's still there and he's still in the business because he's a brilliant mind, was a great performer, and he can help out a lot of the younger talent. So good for Bobby Roode.
Absolutely. You're good at this. You know, you got some skills. If we went back and watched the first couple episodes you did and what you're at now, you've really turned into a hell of a podcasty.
Well, thank you, Niko.
We already did that one. Let's get rid of this shit. News. Lexis King, Brian Pillman Jr.'s new name. Digging deeper into the name, one of his sisters was Alexis. Another one had King involved in it.
That's who really raised him, was the man who raised him. He's a junior to no one.
Right. So, you know, it's a tribute to his family. One of his sisters died in a car accident, I believe. I don't know the whole story to it, but that's the reason that he's going with Lexis King. It's not just some random WWE made up name. I feel like Dave Meltzer right now telling some bullshit news right now. Yeah, it's Lexis King. He doesn't want to be with the Pillman Jr. family. Like, That guy, man, he's something else. That character in his 5-star fucking matches. You know what I mean? It's insane.
He's
dude.
so full of himself, and he just is such a mark for AEW.
And the final news: the winner of the Tuesday Night Wars, NXT.
Yeah, NXT beats AEW
21 to 609. Granted, AEW doesn't go on Wednesdays. This was their off day. Granted, NXT stacked the house with John Cena.
What a great
Undertaker.
show last night in the
LA Knight out of nowhere.
CWC in Orlando. It was a great show.
How great was it to see LA Knight come out?
Oh my God, another great surprise to see. I mean, when you have the show starting off with Cody, you know, and then he's the general manager of the night, and it just kept going on, and bringing out LA Knight as the special guest referee. That was good. Cena came out a couple times. He was, you know, in between commercial breaks, he was up with the fans and the crowd, taking pictures, signing, doing way more than he had to. Cena's a great guy, really solid guy with the fans, and they loved him. And then Taker just brought down the house when he came out. When you heard that gong, Kid Rock blaring, and he fires up the chopper and comes down ringside, pulled up right in front of us. You know, right in front of Booker. And
you probably never thought you would experience a moment like that at
never,
NXT, right?
Never
Undertaker?
thought it'd be that good. To see Taker
Because
on
you
a
and
motorcycle right in front of us, in front of Booker T, and he hugs Booker T. It was a great night.
Because I've seen a lot of Taker. I saw him at Mania 28, Hell in the Cell. I saw him at Mania 24 against Edge. I've seen him at 33
in
against
Atlanta
Roman.
against Triple H.
You've seen him 100 times, but I'm sure seeing him in that moment was very special. I mean, we saw him at his Hall of Fame. He walked right next to him.
Hall of Fame was great.
I mean, it's just had to be an amazing moment for you to be able to experience that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. I love that Jay got on the thing and tried to hook up with Hollywood.
You know how the Jedi
Cody
works.
was only, and to the people, the WWE shop kind of makes me mad because they got rid of Bray Wyatt's Fiend belt. Wasn't that Fiend belt expensive? That is kind of, they should have kept that up there.
Did it
Puerto
sell
Rican
out?
Dream says everyone has to admit WWE's been better. Hard to deny that. Puerto Rican also says NXT was so good last night.
I like the night. Yeah.
Danielle corrected you. He was only the assistant GM. The neck tattoo was the official general manager of the night.
Good call.
Let's see. We're right at 43 minutes of our 30-minute show. We always go over. Thank you to Amazing Maria. Another stellar interview by us. Unofficially confirmed, but in 2024, the bro Matt Riddle is going to be joining us on the show. I did what I never thought I would do. I talked to our bro and I invited him on the show, and he said he would come on when his OG Riddle stuff comes out. So we're going to be promoting marijuana on this show in 2024 for the bro. Promote weed on the show for the bro. That's how we roll. You know what I mean? Anything for the bro. But in the meantime, someone's about to win a prize, an extra box with a Brother Love action figure and a Jake Hager / Jack Swagger championship belt. In the meantime, let me get my Hulk Hogan music playing.
Zeb Coulter's protege.
Listen up, brother.
We the people.
This shit's funny, dude. Look at it. I mean, why'd they make this with the red? I love you.
Because you don't forget it.
Remember Brother Love?
Oh, yeah. You don't forget that.
Good what he did. Here we go. The winner's coming up. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the winner of the Winners Club? October 31st is going to be the Taker. Don't forget. Jordan Gonzalez, congratulations. You just won the extra box.
There you go, Jordan.
I love giving stuff away. It's so fun. It is truly. I got big plans for the Winners Club for 2024.
It's like Christmas every month of the year.
The Winners Club that we know it will cease to exist in December. So we'll have 3 more big giveaways in December. The Winners Club's going to end. I'm going to end the Instagram subscribers. We're going to be moving it to YouTube and TikTok. It's going to be free. Only thing you're going to be required is your time. You're not going to have to pay $5 anymore. You're just going to have to show up and you're going to have to show your presence. And that's how you're going to get on the wheel in 2024. But in the meantime, we have 3 more months. And like I mentioned, the end of the month, Undertaker autograph. This is big. It's going to be nice. I can't wait for someone to hold that up, that Undertaker autograph.
We want to see it really proudly displayed on your wall at home.
Absolutely. Everyone who wins does do a really good job of displaying
Right.
their shit. I will give them that. They've done a really great
Which is
job.
great.
Let's see. We're out of here. I don't really have anything else to say. Thank you so much, Amazing Maria. Next week we're going to ALW. My goal is to get Hollywood Ailey J and potentially Tessa Blanchard. That's my ultimate goal, is to get the interview with Tessa Blanchard. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, Rikishi, I know you see my emails, motherfucker. Answer them. Come on, bro. Let's get on. Let's get Rikishi on
Come
here.
on,
Go
Rikishi.
DM Rikishi, everybody, and tell him that Niko Extra wants him on Niko Knows Best. He's his favorite wrestler, and he wants to have him on. Anyone else in the chat room here? Can we do a live on December 5th? Tiny tube of sunscreen. That's funny. It should. We might do a show on December 5th. That's your birthday. We'll see how it goes, what day it lands on. A special episode tomorrow for the subscribers. I'm doing a special Thomas Talks. Thomas Davila is one of our subscribers. He's doing a show for his school. If you want to come support him, I'm going to be his special guest, and he's going to be running the show. If you'd like to join us, Cool Mike C, you're more than welcome. Tomorrow night at 10, I'll send you the link.
You're going to have to watch the language when you're on a school project.
Absolutely. So, and he's going to give his shot at being Niko Extra. He's going to try to run the show. I'm going to help him, obviously, but
how old is
it's going
he?
to be exciting. I don't know. He's a youngster, man.
Is he in
he's
high school or middle school?
It's a college school project, I think. I don't know. I don't have all the on it, but it's going to be good. It's going to be great. I can't wait. So tomorrow night at 10, special episode of Thomas Talks, the very first episode. Come show up, show your love. And that's it. We're out of here. Anything else you got to say, Cool Mike C?
Just a great night at NXT, probably the best ever. Great to see them beat AEW, but just really good to bring it strong. And I hope they continue that, where they keep bringing back. You could see how Mello just lit up when Taker was in the ring, when Braun Breaker was getting choke slammed. He was never so excited to get choke slammed. Everybody, when Cody was there, when LA Knight was there, the morale was just through the roof for the fans, for the other wrestlers. I hope they continue that. I mean, NXT with Becky Lynch has been, amazing. It was so good last night. They go, hey, Bex, just take the night off. We got it tonight. Let's keep that going. Let's make NXT a place where people can go and, brush up like Baron Corbin's been doing, kind of recreating what he used to be, not this happy Corbin, but someone who's more of a badass Corbin. NXT's getting better. I mean, I mean, we were all heartbroken when Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction kind of went under, but it's coming back with the greatness now. So tune in to NXT on Wednesdays too.
It definitely felt kind of Tuesdays, AEW
yeah.
on Wednesdays. It definitely felt kind of special last night. I think all along they should have been bringing the big dogs down to kind of infiltrate, and
even one at a time.
Yeah, it makes sense to bring Asuka down and have her go with Roxy Perez and see if she really has. Good night, Ashwin. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your support. Jason, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate all you guys for watching our show live. You guys are awesome. We couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing. That being said, I don't think there's anything else to be said. What do you think? Amazing Maria, thank you so much. You share fun. We're talking to Netflix superstars. Right. Cool.
International superstars. Netflix is seen around the world, and we were graced by the presence of Amazing Maria this evening. Just a great show. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. As always, Niko Extra out, motherfuckers.